Hello everyone, I am doing glute focus today. So I set up a circuit of 4 exercises that we are going to do 4 rounds. I will show you and go through each round one time. And I will give alternatives, so if you don't have resistant bands like this, because we'll be actually pulling through and working through the lower glute, there are other alternatives we can work on to target those. Also going to be using weights for a straight leg deadlift, and that is I actually am using 2 weights because I have an 8 and a 5. So everything is altered and can be altered to accommodate the workout equipment that you have. You can then transfer your weights and use, instead of a medicine ball, which is 10 pounds that I have, you can use your weights and just hold 2 if you need to, or just hold 1 or hold none. I'm also working with resistant booty bands. My brand that I love is 4-Core. So, but any kind of band will work to put resistance around what we're doing. This is the smallest one I'm going to be using for the walking side and then pulsing, and we'll go through that motion. And then I have hip thrusts, elevated feet on my BOSU ball with the next size up from the pink one, but you'll find that the idea is to actually have your knees shoulder width apart the whole time. So this guy works better while targeting the glutes. So I'm going to start here with this one. If you don't have a band, you can actually take your weights, and I'll show you an alternative. I'm going to grab my 2 8s to make 16, and we'll put them here. So the alternative will be to hold both of them and just raise up. So it's not a full up and thrust for this one, but we're targeting the same area. So feet planted, driving with the heels, tabletop back, and we're literally just raising to tabletop and coming down, bending the knees a little bit, and really coming up, squeezing, coming down. So that's an alternative there, but I'm actually going to hop on the band and do that as my circuit. There's different resistance on here, and I know each company has them color-coded differently, so it's finding. I have the 3rd one up. There came with 4. So I actually have the second, the 4th one up, second to the strongest resistance. So we'll come through here. We'll do 15 of these. So again, chin to chest, pulling and coming up and squeezing. So this one, if you have the band option, it is doing a full range of motion, coming up and squeezing at the top. Always driving with your heels and keeping your core tight. So we're doing 15 of these guys. Actually lost count, but we'll just start with 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, holding at the top a little bit longer and slowly releasing back down, dropping that guy. All right, next, straight leg deadlift. And again, core tight, always important to keep that core tight, and tucking a little bit, but dropping down here, chin to chest as well. And I start at the top and slowly raise and come up to about here. And this isn't going to be a full up straight, but slowly coming down and coming and squeezing, squeezing. And what I'm noticing too is the fatigue already in the lower glute. So driving with that heel, keeping the core tight, coming up. Let's count it out to 15. Need a way to tally. Coming up. All right, 2 more. And holding at the top, a little squeeze, perfect. So you really should feel it all under here. The target is right under the cheek, which we want to get rid of that double butt. And lifting, giving us more of a perky butt, it's driving that in. You're also going to feel it a little bit higher up in the side glute. We want to focus on that as well. So when I do glute workouts, excuse me as I catch my breath here, giving you a minute to get your breath, I like to target all areas. Side, where we find our saddlebags, under cheek, here on the upper side, and then your back part. So anytime you work a muscle group, it's good to really get the whole angle of that muscle. So putting on a resistant band, and we're going to do walk it 6 ways that way, 6 times this way, driving with this outer direction you're going, you're really going to push into there and come up. This section is going to get worked. So, and then when we get to the end of our 6th one, we'll drop down and pulse out for 6, come back up, walk. We'll do 2 rounds of that, making it 12 on each side of my garage. This is a perfect set to just do 6 and then do it 2 times so you hit 12. So, really driving that outer foot back. And I am holding a weight for a little bit more challenge. Coming here, dropping, counting to 6. Keeping that resistance out on the knees, pushing it outward, driving with the heel, coming back over. You can see me, I don't know, camera hit me on that one, but you'll see it here. Come down, up. So, core tight. Drive with that heel. Looking up, and then don't forget knees out. Pressing that resistance out. Dropping. Here. And now let's walk it out. Drop to 6. And back up. And walking it over for a final one of this round. Coming over. Drop. 5 and 6. All right. So I would recommend definitely tension on that resistance. Really gonna pushing those knees out really gives you to engage those glutes, and that's what we want. All right. So sitting down. Here, grab your band. If you only have one band, you can use the other one and you'll just be more challenged, which isn't a bad thing, right? So, feet up, elevated. So if you're at home and you don't have a Bosu ball or something else, you can always use a stair. You can even use like a stepping stool or something. Just slide it against the wall so you have the most support and it's not sliding out from under you. I've learned it the hard way. All right, drop down. So core engaged, driving again with the heels up. When we're at the top, we're gonna pulse out. The reason why I like this guy is I can get an even bigger range of motion, like if you're at the gym and you're doing the adductor and you're pushing out. Just get a bit more range of motion, keeping that pelvis up at all times. So we're gonna do drop, out, coming back in 10 times. And when we complete this and we're at the top, we will pulse out for 20. Fully bringing that hip up, pressing out. It's easy to drop and do half because you're already getting fatigued, but keeping that core tight, that bum elevated and pressing out is going to really give you a good burn. A couple more here. Dropping down. Last one, up, and now we pulse for 20. Keeping that bum up, right? Don't let that drop. It's gonna burn, and you should feel like a noodle in the end. And hold it. Hold it, keep holding it up, 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 and come down slowly. All right, we have completed the 4 on the circuit, times 4. So add some music, do this 4 times. 3 if you are feeling that's all you can do. Just remember, 15 on the resistant band. We have 15 on the straight leg deadlifts. 6 going this way, 6 going that way, with dropping down 6 2 times. And then final one is 10 with the 20 pulse and a 10-second hold. So let's do it. I'm adding my music and I'm gonna finish these rounds.